At this time, I'm going to invite Don Palmer to come up to give us an announcement.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today it is my responsibility to share with you the news that our pastor, the Reverend James Lee, will be appointed to serve as the Director of Communications for the Greater New Jersey Annual Conference and Eastern Pennsylvania Annual Conference, effective as of October 17th, 2022. Reverend Lee's last Sunday at Wesley UMC will be October 16th, 2022. Transition is always a difficult time, so I ask you to be in prayer with the Staff Parish Committee, the Bishop, and the Cabinet as we work to provide new pastoral leadership for this church. Pastor James will not easily be replaced. So let me take this opportunity to thank him for his faithful leadership in our church. This is from Corinthians. Chapter 4, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 5 to 9. Paul speaking, somewhat. What then is Apollos? What is Paul? Servants through whom you came to believe as the Lord assigned to each. I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the growth. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God gives the growth. The one who plants and the one who waters have a common purpose, and each will receive wages according to the labor of each. For we are God's servants, working together. You are God's field, God's building. Well, saying goodbye is always difficult. We want you to know that you too will be in our prayers as you prepare for a new chapter in your ministry.
Thank you. I want to thank the SPRC committee for all their hard work these last couple of days, voicing their opinions with the district superintendent as we met on Thursday night. 4 years ago, my family and I were welcomed by the most loving congregation this world has ever seen. Amy was 3 years old at the time. Adam just turned 1, and he just started walking. And Renee wasn't even in the picture at the time. She was born here at Wesley Church. This is her church home. And we will never forget, especially the overwhelming love-filled baby shower that Renee had received. We'll never forget that. You know, I will remember how much I've been loved. I don't know why you trusted me to do some of the stuff I tried to do. I made a lot of mistakes here. I grew a lot in my leadership while serving here. When I first started, I was a licensed local pastor. Since then, I've been commissioned and ordained in the United Methodist Church. We've gone through the pandemic together. That was tough, but we figured it out, how to be a church when we couldn't be physically together. We launched online small groups. We really got into making sandwiches during the pandemic. It has been, I said it during the sermon, I'll say it again, it has been truly my life honor to be your pastor. Now, some of you deep down are like, maybe you're not expressing it, deep down you're rejoicing, like, oh, thank God, right? Some of you are maybe upset or angry, maybe even bitter. And my one prayer is that, yes, you can be angry, you can be frustrated, but that you would not be bitter, that you wouldn't change your name to Mara. but the same that you would. My prayer is that you would have faith that the same Spirit-led process that brought a very incompetent young man like me to this church, and somehow God did great things with us together, that God would work through the same Spirit-led process to bring you a great interim pastor and also an even greater permanent pastor who would lead you in the next step forward that God has for Wesley. So once again, I want to thank you so much. Please keep our family in your prayers. Again, as you've heard from Dawn, our last Sunday will be October 16th. We'll be moving in a month, so we're trying to figure out all those details as well. So please keep our family in your prayers. And thank you. God loves you so much, and so do I. Thank you.